Well, that's going to shut it down for a while. I got no spark, so it could be the condenser, could be the pickup over here. I don't know. The magnets in the flywheel seem fine. So, well, one has to ask oneself if it's worth fixing it or not. Got to do a little research online and see what parts cost, and also check my stash. I have another engine out there for a riding mower that I don't think I'm ever gonna repair the mower part. I think it's worthless. The wheels are shot, that kind of thing. But it does have an electric starter on it. And I just saw that plate we were looking at earlier. Well, the cover's all off, but anyway, I took it off earlier and I pointed to it. That must be where you can mount a starter, and I don't know what kind of brackets involved. I'll have to compare this to the Tecumseh motor on that riding mower that I got and see if anything can be done. Anywho, I guess I gotta get out a meter, fart around with this, check the wires, check this condenser, and I don't know. If I can make it work with what I got, I'm going to, but if not, I gotta see what a points and condenser setup for this motor cost. Well, I decided I'm going to take the coil off too, so I just started reefing on it. It had a spring release, and then I noticed that the core doesn't look like it's in that great a shape. I don't know. But let's find out. I mean, I paid pennies for this stuff, sort of, at auctions and estate sales, so I did it to do the videos and have the fun of going through it, trying to bring it back to life, but I don't know. Let's see if it cooperates. Can't get it off. Smashing the wires back there. Alright. There it is. Like I said, this cord looks like it got wet. I don't know that that can come out and be, I don't think that can be taken apart and sanded, so I got my doubts. Anyway, we'll see. I'll finish taking this off. Let's test out this schmutz. Ah, come on. Well, that ain't good. Of course, I have no faith in this probe. Yeah. Huh. Well, I don't know what to say. That should start climbing in voltage, so unless my meter's hosed, gotta do some more thinking. Oh, genius. Helps you put it on the right setting. Huh. I wanted, well, I don't have a setting that high. Oh well. Let's try this. And of course I can't hold anything steady. Yeah. Well, it appears that it does take a charge. So, although you can't tell from this, try something. I just think this is the result of the world's cheapest free Harbor Freight meter. Anywho, I think it is showing that it does hold a charge and then function. Alright, then put this on 20K. Let's see if the coil's got anything in it. I mean, continuity. Come on. Well, that ain't good. God, I got the worst probes ever. I have, Jesus Murphy. As far as I can tell, with this crappy probe situation and no holding ability, no continuity through the coil, which would lead me to believe it is bad. Alright, Dan. Just got on the old interwebs, and I don't know why anybody would torture themselves. I don't know. Comment and tell me. Again, I'm new-ish to this, but to get that replaced is $25. But to replace this whole unit with solid state ignition was $15. Or no, $10.75, including shipping. So I just intend to replace it with a solid state unit, the whole thing. Hopefully that works. All right, Dan. Never being one to leave well enough alone, I want to see if maybe this spark plug wire just wasn't making contact with the internal wire. I mean, the plug end is making contact with the conductor in the center. Let me find out. Junk. So I guess what you do is just put the points back together, but you don't hook anything up. Just keep filth out of there, I guess. I'm getting nervous though, because I think the new one replaces all of this, but I don't see that those are on this particular unit. I would have thought these two bolts, but then you got to replace the whole thing. But everybody said, "Oh no, just unbolt the." Well, I don't know if you can just unbolt the old one. I wonder if it's going to involve drilling things out, and then I won't be able to be accurate enough to have it pick up where it needs to pick up. More research. Nope, nothing is that easy. Near as I can tell from what research I could do on this old motor, you can't replace this one with solid state since it's internal. I didn't see any. There were internal mechanisms, internal replacements, so I just ordered a set. Had to spend the $25, get a new coil, and I figured, even though I think this is good and I think the points looked all right, $25 total to get everything. So I'm just going to replace all that, and that should solve the problem. I'll put this aside and wait. It's going to be a week before it gets here. Looky what came. I didn't get the points yet, but I'm gonna stick this on there, put things back together, and see if we got a spark, just to start with. Because as far as I know, from my testing based on nothing but internet information, which of course is always accurate, this was the bad part. We'll find out. Oh, it's dumb go time. Testing. Oh, can I operate this device? Probably not. No, of course I can't. Nope. Nope. Well. Alright. I had a good squirt put in it. Oh. See what happens. Oh God. Oh my God. Alright, I did some stuff off camera because I just got in a hurry. You probably didn't want to see another carburetor cleaning anyway, but there wasn't much wrong with it. I had to replace the seal on the top with, well, I used an O-ring. It was a pain in the ass to get in there, but it did seal tight, so I suspect it will be fuel proof. And little O-rings where the screw was in there and underneath. The rest of the carburetor looked alright. The bowl wasn't that dirty. Anyway, I fished the fuel line through where the old fuel line was. I cleaned the air filter, put the spark plug back in and tightened it down. We know that works. Put on a fuel filter, whatnot, flushed out the gas tank, remounted it. So blah blah blah, all this linkage is back up on here. I just kind of rubber banded that because I don't have a throttle cable hooked to it, but it should be okay to start it. And then it's got a, you know, I could spring loaded enough I can fool with it to see how it runs a little. So that's it. Next is clean up this mess, and then I guess get it someplace where I can attempt to start it outside and not have it bounce away from me. All right, see what happens. Hope for the best. Needs tuning. Alright, next thing, got this thing in the house where it's all nice and warm to work on, which is good. It's going to be 0 degrees tomorrow. Anyway, next project to get these tires off. I already beat on the other one on the other side, trying to get it out, trying to be careful not to mushroom the end of the axle. But there's a key in there, according to the diagram, so I had them soaking in oil, and I'm going to attempt to pull the rims off. The other one's going to take heat or something more, but I think this one will come off. Anywho, that's it. That's next, because I don't even want to fool putting the motor back on it until, you know, I can roll the thing around. And right now, the one tire is so flat, forget it. It won't work. It's all cracked and rotted. Other than that, my thoughts are I ordered some belts for it too. Too lazy to go to Tractor Supply and look for them, so it took forever to figure out what this thing took. Anyway, I believe I got all the right belts coming, so I'm gonna lube the whole machine up, check the pulleys, get the belts on it, get the motor on it, and actually try to operate it a little bit. Then, if everything's kosher, I'm gonna break everything back down and paint it. And I think, unlike most of these things, I'm not making any promises, but I think I'm actually gonna break this all the way down, sand it, paint it, and kind of try to make it look like almost a new machine. We shall see. There's this thing. So the rims were a problem. I finally got it, but oh my god, I had to cave in and mushroom that out, use a gear puller and try not to bend the rim, which I did anyway a little bit. Finally, after beating on it and heating it and all this nonsense, it started to move, and I worked it up and down and up and down and up and down, and now I think it's going to come off no problem. I just have to sand that down to where it'll come off. There's enough room here that's fine. I caved in the cotter pin hole too, but there's a spacer on here. All I need to do is sand down that spacer to make more room, or eliminate it, just put a washer and drill a new hole through the shaft, and then I can get the rims off, clean them up, paint them, and put the new tires on it. I figured since the motor is now a runner, it needs a little tuning or whatever. Next thing is get these tires on here so I can move it and operate it. When all the belts get here, try to lube up all the shafts, make sure everything's aligned and lubed, and then try running it. I probably already said this, but I'm saying it again. Then finally, if everything works good, I think I'm going to strip it all down and totally repaint it and restore it. So we shall see, we shall see. already had the grinder out. Squirrel! Before and after. Probably could do a better job. It is a piece of farm machinery though. I mainly just was fooling with it because I want this rim to seal, and I did gouge it up with the gear puller, so I'm gonna go over with the wire wheel in here one more time, and then I'll use bead sealer when I put it together. It'll be alright. Should have done that the first time. Wire wheeled most of it off of here. Then I'll go sandblast it. That'll make it nice and rough, get the last of the paint, and it'll be ready for primer. Guess it's finally go time. This is the beast. Had a million adjustments. It was hard to find the right size belts. I think you see the model numbers wore off of it. You can't see it. I believe it's a 990-3 or 4. It's not a 5, because 5s had the levers someplace else. But we're gonna give it a go. I believe everything's right. I believe there's enough room in the pulleys. That's the tines on the tiller right there. This should be the drive for the whole works. I may have to tighten that spring, but I don't know. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna try driving it around first, just with that, and I have it in gear. See how that works out. And as long as the tines aren't spinning, then once I stop it and get it back in neutral, I'll turn on the tines when it's stationary and see how that goes. It's middle of winter. I don't have any place. I don't have a garden, so I can't really truly test it by ground engagement. But we'll see what we can do. First thing I gotta do is fill it up with gas. much, but probably till it's overflowing, right? Enough to make sure I'm past the outlet. I don't know, half a tank. That ought to be enough. Okay. All right. What do we got? Are we in neutral? Yeah, I think so. Now, let's see what happens. Nothing to worry about. Guess that's all the way on. Choke, throttle. Let's get throttle up there. You have full throttle? Maybe. I don't know. Well, now what do you say? Well, that's no bueno. I know I had this engine running before. Maybe it needs to gravity feed the fuel first. I don't know. Maybe the float's stuck? Let's see. What do we got? Full throttle, full choke. Huh. Well, we might have to go back to the drawing board. That doesn't seem like it's got spark, does it? Less throttle? Well, we better see why it's not getting gas. It's a mystery, isn't it? Huh. Wonder why it's not getting gas. Genius. Gotta turn the shut off. Oh my god. Alright. Full throttle and choke. Well, no leaks. Full choke, full throttle. Well, it doesn't seem to be doing any better, does it? Full throttle, less choke. No choke. How about a little throttle and full choke? I heard a pop, didn't I? Huh. I heard a pop. Oh, that's just peculiar. Whew. Huh. Huh. I don't think it's getting any gas. Let's test that theory. Let's give that a few. And we'll give it some starting fluid if that doesn't do it. Full choke, full throttle. It sure seems like that should have done it. Find out in a second. Full throttle. Well. No throttle, little throttle. It's weird. Huh. Well, honestly, it's been a long time. I don't remember what I did to this one. Maybe the carb is no bueno. I remember bought another carb. Maybe I only put this one back on there so I could remember how the parts fit together. But I know it ran, but what I don't know is if, I guess I have to go watch the video. I don't know if I just squirted fuel down the hole to get it to run, because obviously this isn't running. Oh, wait a minute. Is that the shutoff down there? Oh, surely not, you dumbass. Oh, it's possible. Should be reversed. There's reverse. Put it in neutral. There's neutral. Well, clearly we have carb issues. Okay, that's not insurmountable. I thought I was going to be done with this, but apparently not. Fuel off. Yeah. All right. Well, wheel it back in and get the carb off and start fooling with it. See what happens. Actually, I'm gonna go back and watch tape. See what I did to the carb on the last one. I know I had one in the box, but I couldn't remember if it was for, if I ordered it for this or for a riding snapper mower that's coming. Anyway, I'll have to go check. Third tries the charm, right? Wrong. Maybe all nervous, got me checking the spark and all this. No, the carburetor was junk. I did get it started before, but it was never right, and I never tuned it properly. Well, I tried, took it off again, looked through it, cleaned it, couldn't see anything, and put it back on, and same thing, ran like junk, sometimes black smoke, sometimes dying. Put a brand new carb on it that I had ordered and forgot I ordered. No problems. Give it the old throttle choke. Sorry, I forgot to turn the fuel on. Genius. Oh. There you go. How does it work? That fella runs the drive. You've already seen the drive work. This runs the tiller part. There it goes. That stops that. It stops everything else. You want to put it in first gear. Put it in first. Engage that. Oops, that was reversed. Oops, and I hit the throttle. I hit the throttle with my hand. Just can't. Come on. Idles. Should be ready for action. I'm gonna run it out of fuel here. Take a bit to empty that whole bowl out, but that's how you make sure you don't rot the gas in there. she goes. All right, I think this warrants a cheap spray paint can job. I couldn't even speak. A cheap spray paint job, rattle can style. I'm not going to sandblast the whole thing like I did the rims, but this thing's a beast. It's built strong enough that it's so simple to attach a motor. If that motor dies, no big deal. They're a dime a dozen. Stick another motor on there with a pulley. All the back end mechanism that does the tilling is the strength of it. And that's going to last, I would say, almost forever. All right, thanks for watching.